Now, recently we've been talking a lot about the ONVO L90 and ONVO right in terms of what is expected, in terms of the market sentiment, the potential that lies within this SUV, and it has all been good, I must say. And one thing that of course we are not talking a lot about is of course the ONVO L60, which I think it's understandable because there is a new product that is expected to increase sharply or to add on to the deliveries of ONVO, which ultimately is going to get to or is going to result into ONVO delivering around 15,000 deliveries on a monthly basis, because 10,000 of those deliveries are expected to come from L60, whilst 5,000 deliveries are expected to come from the new product, the 6-seater SUV, the L90. And this is as per Morgan Stanley, right? So I realize that a lot of the investors are tending, or sometimes we are tending to forget of how good of a product the ONVO L60 is, because today we got to be reminded of the energy consumption or how efficient the car is, right? Because as soon as you notice that this energy consumption is of SUVs or 20 most popular SUVs in China. And look, man, on the left hand side is for single motors, or it's for the SUVs or popular SUVs with a single motor versions, or and on the right hand side it's for dual motors, right? I mean, you will notice there that the ONVO L60 in terms of energy consumption, it's around 12.1 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers, but Tesla Model Y, it consumes less than ONVO L60 because it is currently sitting at 11.9 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers, which shows you that in terms of consumption, Model Y consumes less than or slightly less than the ONVO L60 with single motor, which is something that is very, very good, right? I mean, the ONVO L60 in terms of energy consumption, this shows that obviously it consumes less energy as compared to majority of the cars in the left hand side, which are the most popular SUVs in China right now. I mean, the Xpeng G7 consumes 12.9, Xiaomi SU7 consumes 13.3 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers. You've got Hima at 13.1, you've got Gigi at 13.4, you've got ONVO L90. It's not yet being sold, but it's popular, right? It consumes 14.5 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers. Single motor, that is what it consumes, right? Then you've got Avatar at 14.5. You've got BYD Song LEV at 14.9. And the most consuming model, popular model SUV on the left hand side with a single motor, it's BYD Tang LEV with 17.4 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers. Now, on the right hand side, these are dual motors, right? You will notice that on the left hand side you don't have Neo, or Neo is not there, and this is because Neo sells only dual motors or deals with dual motors and not single motors, which is why you will see that in terms of consumption they are also not on the left hand side, which is something that I think you need to take cognizance of. I mean, on the right hand side where the dual motors are, Neo is there, but before we get to Neo, you'll notice that top spot Tesla 12 dual motor Tesla Model Y 12.2 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers. Then Lidao L60 12.7 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers. You've got Xiaomi at 14.4. This is YU7. This is a list of SUVs, mind you. 14.4 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometer. You've got Lioro Ideal, you've got consuming 14.6 kilowatt hour. Hima 14.4, Xpeng 15.6, Lidao ONVO L90 15.4 kilowatt hour every 100 kilometers. Then you will notice that now you have got the Neo EC6 which apparently consumes less than the ES6 at 15.9 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers. You've got the ES6 now at 16 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers. You've got Model X 16.5. You've got Zika 7X 16.4. Avatar is 16.7. Hima M9 17.4. Then the most energy consuming model is around 19.1. That is the BYD LEV, which was the most consuming model also on the single motor side. So this shows you that, look, Tesla, Model Y, ONVO L60, these are the cars that you need to be buying if you really want to save a lot into power, or in terms of going and always be charging these cars or performing battery swap for the ONVO L60, because you know it's compatible to NIO's battery swapping station, right? This is one of the things that will forever make the ONVO L60 being the one that does the most in terms of sales, because over and above it being cheaper or being less in terms of price than the ONVO L90, it consumes less, or you are able to save your energy and not always be at a charging station or at a battery swapping, completing a battery swap, which is something that is very, very good. I mean, I'm very happy to see all this. I mean, consumption on a car, it's very, very important. I remember when me and my wife bought our cars, Polo TSI, it's a 1.2. I already knew that I want a car that does not consume a lot, or we already knew that we don't want a car that consumes a lot of gas, because we're trying to budget, save, invest, and all that. And the Polo 1.2 at that time made sense for us to buy. Secondly, then we bought the Audi, the A3 sedan, right? That one is a 1.4 TFSI a sedan, and that one it's 1 point. It's not that bad, but it consumes more than the Polo TSI, right? Which is obviously, I'm sharing this story to just say, when cars are bought in my family, I make sure that we also check things like consumption. But I'm sure there's a certain level that when you reach that level, you don't worry that much about the consumption, because especially if you are becoming more and more rich, or when you are getting more and more to financial freedom, you don't worry that much about the consumption, which is a level that I hoping that NIO will get me reach very, very soon, right? But anyways, this is what we are seeing. So my dear friends, I just thought I'd come and give you this quick update. Tell me what you think about this. Blue sky is coming, man. Long term will win. Those that are persevering will most definitely be rewarded with time. I mean, it takes me some time to make videos like this, and all I ask from you is to give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy the content, man. I mean, YouTube has been telling me that some of you guys are not subscribing, and it will be a big deal for me. It will be something very good to me if you can just subscribe as you are watching this video, because I know some of you guys, you always come and watch, which I appreciate, honestly appreciate. And yeah, just like this video. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one. Blue sky is coming, long term will win, and those persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will most definitely be rewarded with time. That is all from me, and God bless you all.